Hello, everybody, and welcome to another American Crypto Academy AMA. Today, we are joined by Papi from Chooky Records, and of course, we have our CEO, Jahon, here as well. Guys, we're going to have a great discussion today. We've got a lot of announcements to make about what is going on in the Chooky ecosystem with some music, some videos, and more. Really excited to get into it. But let's hand it over to Jahon. Jahon, what's going on?
Hey, thank you very much, Kenton. Thank you very much, everybody joining in from home. For those that have joined us before, thanks again for tuning in. For those that are new, American Crypto Academy has been doing these AMAs for a few months now. Actually, for most of the year, we've had a variety of guests. We've had a ton of fun and a bunch of different diverse types of projects. We are really excited today because we have our friends from Chooky on board. And I've always believed sort of in this nexus between music and NFTs. I think we've all seen it, maybe a little premature during the last NFT cycle, Kenton, but I think maybe the time is now for at least some renewed interest. And I am really excited to have Papi from Chooky on with us today. Papi, what's happening, bud? Let's get you off of mute. Let's get you to say hello to the crowd. Welcome.
Hello, handsome. Sorry, I'm not on camera with you guys, but
yeah. Oh, that's okay. You look the Chooky avatar looks plenty handsome enough.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our brand is looking good. No, one of these days I'll come on a video call for sure. But right now we're staying on. We'll tease everybody and build anticipation. So, no, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to come on and talk about what we're doing. And yeah, I'm a big believer in the NFT technology, and I think it's been misutilized right up until this point. So that's why we're not really seeing a resurgence in NFTs, because there's not really been anyone doing anything new. Like with meme coins, you have a lot of diverse projects and utility projects that are all improving on-chain dynamics and functionality. And there hasn't really been an improvement to real life utility or businesses or business models. So yeah, I'm glad that we're kind of being a pioneer in that regard for music. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to chat to you guys about it. And you're very well versed in the crypto side of things and the technology. So yeah, it should be a very good discussion.
No, we're thrilled. We're thrilled to have you, Papi. So there's been a lot of different projects, over the last couple of years that have approached the music industry in a variety of different ways. So tell us what Chooky is doing, and give us sort of like the background on what you guys are doing in the record label side, and what's the 30-second, 60-second overview of Chooky, just to give the folks at home a baseline.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is different. It's kind of a niche, and I see it as like something that would be of benefit to the music industry, because it's fixing and altering and adjusting an outdated business model that pretty much all artists and fans of music are sick of. They're extorting artists with 360 deals. They're giving them a minute percentage of what they're actually earning as far as their copyright entitlement. Artists these days, they don't even own their own name. So we're basically taking that business model that pays artists peanuts for what they're worth in royalty regards and copyright entitlement, as well as 360 deals. We're removing that whole business model, that whole contract that you're obligated as an artist. And we're adjusting it so that you get the fair share of what you're entitled to. So artists with us get over 50% royalties. We don't do 360 deals, confining them to 5 or 10 albums. We do one-off EP, singles, or albums, and then we sell our copyright entitlement and our royalties back to the fans. So through our NFT selections, whenever we release a song, we do an NFT selection, and if you purchase that NFT, that allows you an entitlement and a copyright share to that song. So you can earn royalties from that, and we can distribute it through our marketplace pretty seamlessly, and you can just collect the ETH as it's coming in. So you'd be entitled to earnings from merchandise sales, concert ticket sales, actual streams, single sales, whatever. Anything associated with that song and artist, you earn money from. And then we take a market share of everything that we generate through NFT sales and our royalties, or whatever songs we release and artists we collab with. And 10% of that goes to buyback and burn of our token. So that's basically an overview of how our business model and ecosystem works.
Oh no, thanks for the tokenomics overview. So you guys this is sort of represented within the token and an NFT ecosystem with the different types of media assets, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we use our content and our entertainment, like values as a company to generate revenue for royalty sharing as well as buyback and burn.
Now tell me, so when did you guys launch, and what type of traction do you guys have so far?
Yeah, so we actually launched about 12 months ago, a V1, in like the harshest bear markets you could probably imagine. And like I think it was ATL since like 2019. I'm not gonna lie. After the FTX collapse, and we just kind of built, and we took a lot of inspiration from what we're doing. Like I'm a musician myself for over 15 years, and I've been on like talent shows, and I've been gigging in festivals and concerts and recording, and I've actually got a degree myself in production and so like mastering sound and mastering music, and I play guitar, play piano, and stuff like that. So I'm very well versed in the industry, and we kind of said there's not really many crypto projects out there that are like capitalizing on how big of an industry this is. So we kind of
Yeah,
looked
and
at
they're
what
not. I
Audius
don't
was
think they're
doing.
doing it really in the right way. I think. I think maybe perhaps your background is really unique, and I think that is probably what is helping serve and drive some of this. To have a experience at a bunch of different facets, like at really in an intimate level, in the music industry. So I think
Oh,
that's very cool.
this is a passion project, and I think it kind of shines through with people. Like, although our market cap right now isn't really reflecting the work that's going on or what we're providing to the space, we're just looking at the sentiment overall of the market and like towards dog branding, especially like people like the metas, they like certain trends and stuff like that. And you understand yourself, Jahon, because you were a part of something that was able to set a trend. When people can't notice a trend before it happens, where it's not like point blank that this could catch on, not many people click, but as soon as it's in your face, you can't get away from it. It's kind of like, why didn't I jump in earlier? So we're kind of
No,
just building.
for real. You're right on that. And like, what I love about you guys too, not only are you going after a space that like I have a particular interest in because I really like the music space on, where Web3 and blockchain meet music. But you built in at the Pico Bear, which I think is like really, to me, that's mad respect right there for folks that were able to take a passion project, really dive into it and get a product and get an ecosystem out the door in the eye of a bear market. So I think that's awesome, first of all. And you guys have already, you guys have been out for 12 months. You have a token, and you've already got content coming out too, right? Like I was taking a
Oh
look at your website earlier, and I know some of the collabs that we're working on. But I'll let you sort of let folks know the different types of artists and different things that are available now or soon.
no, for sure, and like I think it's very good to kind of open the discussion as well as to like my own personal beliefs, because obviously I'm very close to it. Like you know yourself, when it's a passion project, you wear your heart on your sleeve with regards to everything that's going on. And like you have a good notion in your head of what can work, and then through trials and tribulations and adversity, you have to adapt and improve on even things that you thought would work in the first place. Like we started this as a streaming platform, and then we understood that we're not going to improve the quality of usage. That means like it's not going to be as user friendly experience as Spotify. We'll never compete with the library of music they have. We can't improve the sound quality of music through IPFS storage as an MP3 file through an NFT. It's just clunky. It doesn't sound good. Already in music, we've had a diminishing quality of sound from records, vinyl records, to CDs, to digital. We're in probably an age where the sound quality of music is at an all-time low since we started recording in studios and releasing through radio broadcasters, TV broadcasters, the whole lot. So when you look at something like Audius in comparison to like a music protocol,
Yeah.
all they did was do, NFTs that had MP3 sound bites, and you could listen to the song through owning the NFT. Whereas that doesn't really improve, the sound quality. It's not really the same catalog to compete with Spotify. So like we thought of it as like we released a streaming platform with the full intention that this would be like something that the crypto audience would see as like the next Spotify. But then you understand that how can we compete with Spotify's user and business model? They have users that are paying $10 a month. They have a library with millions of different popular artists and songs, and we'd have to charge our customers $25, which is $15 more a month. They'd have to be complicated by using crypto, and then they never have the access to the same amount of music in our library. So then we figured out, like, look, what do we do that's good? We produce good music, we can tweak, we have all the instruments, we have all the artists to make good quality music. We've got a load of different producers and connections in the industry to push a song. better than what you would do if you were just someone that's going into a studio. They don't have the connections with all these artists or MTV or any of these popular plugins or mainstream media outlets. So then it was kind of like, look, this is a very corrupt business model. Like, and then we started really looking into like Universal, Sony, and how they operate, and Paramount, and these are companies that are projecting over, 10 to $15 billion annually a year. Like that's crazy. And you use your content as your vehicle to generate your company revenue. So it's something that can generate mass awareness and brand recognition for the project as a whole, while also generating lucrative revenue. So then it was kind of like, how can we make this a win-win for fans and artists? So that's where the kind of royalty sharing idea came about. And for me, this is an opportunity for artists to earn a lot of money, as well as their fans to share in their success. And like, there's nothing like that in music. So that's where I see like big potential. And we're already working with, like, we've done a spaces with Davido a few weeks back that had like 16,000 listeners in it. Busta Rhymes just announced he's doing a song with us. He's got an album coming out with Pharrell Williams and Timbaland at the end of the month. And we're doing the collaboration with Bitcoin as well to push the video. And I'm really excited to work with you guys on that. So yeah,
I know we're
it's
super excited too. So like, for those at home, those are some big names, right? We're talking Busta Rhymes, Timbaland, Pharrell, right? These are like obviously established names, and we're super psyched, at least in the Ticker Bitcoin community, to have the Sprotos featured on with Busta Rhymes. We're obviously big fans as a community of Busta, and it's cool too because like you can kind of tell from amongst the artists who are the ones that are a lot of the folks you mentioned are ones that have already established staying power, right, through a couple cross generations, and they're already looking ahead. So I think I think the type of artists that you guys are talking with or have already established collabs with really speaks to like these are some forward-looking folks in the hip hop side at least, right?
Yeah, no, and that was the kind of point of all of this. Like, going back months ago, Jahon, and like we struggled, like we struggled because of our predecessors. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when we started contacting these names, like I remember the first time we sent over a contract to somebody, and like maybe it was my own naivety to think Notions 50 Cent could go for this, but we sent over a contract proposal to 50 Cent, the Baby, Lil Wayne, Sean Paul, like these, like all the biggest names in the industry, and we put it in front of them, and they were like, "I love the song. It's really catchy. It's got a vibe to it." But then as they listen to it more and more, it's like, well, this is a crypto song. and then and then you start going into the complexities of what it would entail to be a part of our ecosystem and associating your name to the royalty sharing NFTs to help us facilitate a service that allows your fans to earn from the success of this song. And then they started like going dark. Nobody started like replying to us. And then 50 actually, in fairness to him and his manager said, "Well, we're on tour with Busta, and we just said it to him. He likes the song. Why don't you do something with him?" But like going back months ago, we could have got onto artists that they've released one song that's done hundreds of millions of streams. They have nothing else. They don't have that pull power. But what's the point? What's the point? Busta's an OG, and he's top 50 of all time. And as you just said, he's looking to have a resurgence in his career. So the timing is perfect.
I think the timing's perfect too, and like what an awesome like way to like reach like a whole new group, and I think it's really forward thinking. And by the way, the song is awesome. I can't wait to like cut into a clip later on if that's all right. Later on,
of course. Right. No, I'd encourage that.
So you guys got some stuff to look forward to like before end of year, right?
Oh, for sure. Like the thing is, it's about to get hot and heavy like real fast, and the reason we haven't come out with the song as of yet, and I understand people's narrow-mindedness and like everybody thinks and plans in seconds in this space, when in actual fact it takes months to get these things to fucking come together. They don't just happen overnight. This has been like hard work over 12 months. Like, if we could have delivered this song in the height of the bear market 12 months ago and had Busta Rhymes just in our back pocket, do you not think we would have done it 12 months ago? Like that is something that you have to lay the groundwork. We released a song that had 500,000 streams on Spotify, featured on MTV, World Star Hip Hop, Hype Magazine, Breakfast Club, so many top hip hop outlets. We had over like 200 videos on TikTok, huge engagements, viewerships. And this is from two artists that hadn't released music in 5 years. Like they had no followers, like barely any views or streams on Spotify. Alicia had a proposal deal from Sony, and Sony tried to basically extort her, change her whole imaging, change her style of music, and they introduced her to Drake. And then a few weeks later, he released the song that they were planning on releasing with Alicia. But because she wasn't contracted, she didn't have a leg to stand on. And then that was Drake's song, and she just got out in the cold. So we found an artist like that was in her position 12 months ago through our community, and like one of the members that helped us onboard them is like a co-founder of ours now. So yeah, like it's been non-stop grinding, and because of the quality of the song, it's not like that generic pump my shit coin type song. It's not like, I bought this, went to the moon, 100x, blah blah blah. It's not. No, it's a good hip hop cultural something. It's like something that the teenagers can vibe with. People can do videos of it. Like, dude, it's like a Macarena style dance, and it's fun. It's quirky, And
I like it. I mean, like, let's play clip.
Oh man, it's something that it's become a mainstay in all of our lives now. Like it's something that, like, even someone's asked me like, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm Chooky. Like I'm larger than life, and that's the way I feel. And that's something that will evolve over time. Like the first song will be the crypto bold, like that out, like outside the box kind of thing. It's direct to our brand, and it's the center point that started everything. So we'll eventually become a trademark where you'll hear like Adele doing love songs, and then you just hear in the back of it like, we good, we Chooky, and it's like those guys are on that song as well. And that's just to say, like, she has NFTs that allow her fans to royalty share. Like that's exactly what that trademark would be. It won't be like DJ Khaled or
I know exactly, right? No, you want to get
that
recognition. That's awesome.
Exactly, and we want to be embedded in that kind of stuff. Like we don't need to have like it being crypto generic branding all the time. So our next, like, we have a thorough roadmap of songs we want to release, artists that we're working with. We've it all thought out, all planned. So basically, what to look forward to is like this week we're hoping to get the song over the line and on all stores. We'll do a big thorough marketing campaign. You see us, like, we're targeting now. We're in discussions with Hot 97. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hot 97.
Very familiar with Hot 97.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest US broadcasters and radio stations for hip hop.
Oh yeah, it totally is.
It's been like that for 30 years, and yeah, it's nuts. And we're talking with them now about coming on, doing an interview, and like getting them playing us on their monthly set at prime time.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Like that. So yeah, we've like a big massive campaign lined up around the song, and then what to expect after that is the marketplace will go live, our merchandise platform will go live, then our royalty sharing NFTs that enable people to royalty share and earn like free merch, free concert tickets associated with Chooky and the Busta Rhymes song. They'll go on sale. Then we'll have a build up to the music video. That will be like announcing the next artist, announcing the next song. And then we'll have Busta drop his album, and then we'll release a music video with the Sproto character, a few different memes, as well as like our own character, Busta's imaging, and then we're gonna get that on like Forbes, Rolling Stone, MTV, World Star Hip Hop. We already promised more like that. We'd leave World Star Hip Hop for you guys. So yeah,
let's go. Let's go.
So that's Let's excited, and then it's like, it's a knock-on effect. You gain all this awareness from this song that's called Chooky, from all his fans, the broader crypto community. Revenue starts coming in, and then we're building anticipation for the next song release, and then the next song release, then the next music video, next song release, next music video, and it'll just be like that. And then we can use that like as a combination of how to market our product as well as generate revenue for our ecosystem. So,
no, I love that. And if folks can't tell, like, yeah, the genuineness comes through. You guys are so dedicated to what you're doing. I can tell by the way you explain it and the depth of which you created it and the approach in which you guys are taking. This is what I think you want to see, right, in a project, or at least in a team. So, like, I'm thrilled that you guys are on our AMA. I'm thrilled that we get to work with you in the Ticker Bitcoin community too. Like, Ryan, how awesome is this, dude? I know you're a musician yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is very cool. I was going to say, Papi, what's your experience been so far? How has it been, like, I guess, assimilating artists into this Web3 culture when it comes to their music and everything? Is it a whole process, or are artists really receptive to it and happy to get on board?
One word, it's been a nightmare. Like, if I had to explain it in one word. But no, look, we've had our ups and downs, obviously, like through like trials and tribulations. You go to one artist, they're not really keen on it. One there was never, through all negotiations, through all discussions, there was never a moment that we sent the song to an artist if it was their style. So we targeted the demographic and the genre of artists, and when we selected like who of the batch of people that we can contact would be best fitted to the style of the song. So then we started sending it out to all these hip hop artists, and then you had some of it. There was never a case of anyone saying that it was a bad song. So for us to have like music's elites being like, okay, the music I actually fuck with. That was like a benchmark for us to be like, okay, we can keep, no matter how many people tell us no, there's interest in the song. So then it was like there's negotiations going on where it's like, okay, now we found out it's a crypto song. They're either extorting us for the amount of money, diminishing the amount of promotion they're going to do, or they're just like the deal, or they just stop talking to us. And it's just kind of like that was disheartening, that whole process coming to this point where we're at now. But that was 8 or 9 months. You know, that was 8 or 9 months of being constantly persistent, even though people were doubting us, even though people didn't feel it or weren't ready to take that plunge in crypto. We finally got somebody that we found. This guy can set a benchmark. He's got huge sway, and people will recognize his name in the demo of crypto as well as globally. Like, we'll get plugged in organically so many places because Busta Rhymes is there. But now that Busta Rhymes has gone through it, he hasn't died. Like, we haven't robbed his whole house. You know, we haven't done anything shady as of yet. He likes the music. He's comfortable in the deal. As he sees the song releases and the push that we're going to do, as well as the successful NFT sales, right now, I'm telling you, every name that we've contacted beforehand has come back to us asking what's the next song. So that's the interest that is there right now. So like that demand is only increasing for artists. And then after this process with Busta happens, they'll just start coming in like a domino effect. So it's really good. It's encouraging for us, obviously,
Yeah,
to be here now, because it wasn't like this all along.
very cool.
That's persistence, and that's conviction, right? And that's from somebody that has been in the music business and understands blockchain. Not, I like blockchain, maybe I'll learn about the music business, right? This is how, like, I like that approach a lot. I really appreciate that that reflection too, because there are a lot of people that listen that they have their own project or they're involved in a project, right? These are the questions everybody asks, right? Oh, you know, I'm getting the door slammed in my face a million times. But if you have something, it seems like you guys knew you had something, right? Obviously, you knew you had something music quality wise, the quality of the music before it was even a crypto project, even before it was even known as NFT or crypto related. People were like, wow, this shit hits, right?
But that was so heartwarming to us because we put months and months of work into this with like no external validation at all. Because I've been in crypto since 2017, like not heavily investing in it. I was in college at that stage, you know, and I was curious, don't get me wrong. And then I seen the big spark in 2020, 2021, and I was like taken back by it. I was like, this industry is not going anywhere. So I started working as like a mod, and that's how I started like getting invested in proper coins and started learning how to trade in DeFi. And I got very fortunate in the last bull run. I'm not gonna lie, like I ended up being a social media manager for a project that hit like 40 million. And then I was very fortunate. I was marketing for certain coins. They all done very well, and a lot of projects going into the bear market. I helped them raise a lot of money and seed funding and through my contacts. And then I found like I'm in this regressive cycle where I'm helping devs raise funding or launch through my connections, through my experience, through what I know, through my own intelligence and through my own experience on the blockchain and through managing tokens. I'm helping these guys raise funds for a product that they're never going to fulfill. Like they have these fucking hopes and dreams, or they're filling me with hopes and dreams or BS, and they're not taking and utilizing the funds to build what they've promised me. And that for me was like very discouraging. As somebody that comes from a background like of nothing, I'm like a blue collar guy through and through, roll up the sleeves, work as hard as you can, and stick true to what you believe in. And eventually, through like constant persistency and like, obviously you can't get it right. Like you have to be willing to learn. Like I was last year saying that this is going to be a streaming platform that could compete with Spotify. That was complete notions. Like, but that was just inexperience. That was not knowing what it's like to set up a business model like that. How long it takes to scale. So there was trials and tribulations. Obviously, we had a learning process, a learning curve, like any startup company. And yeah, look, it was something that I've never launched any other project. I've marketed coins, I've advised on coins. I do this full time. Like I do crypto full time. I don't work out externally. Like this space is my whole fucking life, and I've stopped. I have not had any income coming in since I started Chooky, and that was 12 months ago. I've only put money into it. I've never taken money out of it. And a lot of people through us 12 months of working, they said, "Why don't you change the branding? Why don't you make it more of a utility centric kind?" But it's just I believe in this, and I had a core team of founders and community members who all believed in this. They didn't believe in other shit that I'm going to try and regurgitate and make work. No, they believed in this. So I had an obligation to see this through as Chooky and adapt it to a point where that we can be successful. So it was always like this isn't working. Like we trials and tribulations. You do the same thing over and over and over again without the end result. It's insanity. But you get to a point where you're like, okay, this isn't gonna. You can throw enough spaghetti at the wall and you can't make it stick. So it's kind of like we need to adapt. We're onto something here, but we just need to tweak it, and that's where we're at the blockchain record level and the royalty sharing. So, yeah, it's good that we've got to this point.
That's what you want to hear from an entrepreneur. You know, I've been
Mhm.
involved in startups for over 15 years, long before blockchain ever existed, and or almost as long. But that's what you want to hear, right? And like, I really hope that the folks that have joined us today have been able to appreciate that. And I think that just as Papi, just as awesome as Chooky is, and what you're doing, and all the awesome things that are coming down the pipe, and the things that you've done right, I think just as important is some of the reflection that you were able to provide on the challenges you had. Right? Everybody likes to paint a pretty picture. Nobody wants to really understand how, like, it's hard. It's hard to start something. It's hard to see it through. It's hard to get continued rejection or the market not paying attention, or to get a little bit of attention, then find out, oh, you're in crypto or something, and getting that brushed off, blown off. Your reflection and your ability to pass through and defeat all those challenges, I think, is the most important takeaway, frankly.
And it's tough. It is tough, and you have a lot of and more importantly, it's expensive, man. If there's people telling you that they can do all this kind of stuff and continuously build in a bear market where there's no volume coming in and there's taxes, they can pay for all these features or pay for the song advertising, the production, the music. This came from our pockets. Like this came from four of us, all of us, just like putting our money into the coin, taking our own money from our own pockets, and like making the song what it was. Like, and there was a lot of time where obviously we looked at the optics, and it was kind of like, will this ever mesh with our crypto? Like, can we make all this noise in the music industry and somehow have a knock-on effect to our token? Because it was kind of like we were doing all this stuff, and I remember, and it was so testing for my patience as well as my mental health, going through like all this. And we released the song, and we had like a community from V1 that were like, they were in tatters, like basically, because we were at like, when we launched, it went from 50K to 5 million in the blink of an eye. Like it was crazy, like FTX, and it just went up crazy. And I had a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine that were in private sale that put in like $200, and then they're all up like 20 grand, like, and they hadn't made any gains for months, and then they all started ripping, and then we had to go through all this like big massive dip, and then everybody's thinking the coin's not going to get started and you're never going to deliver. We were doing partnerships, we were doing CEX's announcements, we were doing the streaming platform went live, we announced artists after artists and stuff like that, like not any high profile names, but we never got any attention. I was like, well, what the fuck, what are we doing? Like, do you know, that kind of way? But it was just the sentiment of the market at that stage, and we really had to put that into perspective. And we built a really solid core group of believers. Like, even if it was only 20 to 30 people, they genuinely believed in what we were building was bigger than crypto. And that for us was like, okay, that's inspiration every day to keep turning up for work. Like, even if our chart was at 200K at that stage and we're grueling through it, there's no volume, no interest. And then the worst thing about it was we released the song and that outperformed our expectations. Outside of crypto, we were getting so much feedback from WorldStar, Pipe Magazine, radio stations were bringing us on to talk to us. Like, I could not fucking believe some of the conversations that started after that song had come out. And then the thing is, you have a community that's looking at you being like, how are you getting on WorldStar hip hop and our chart's not pumping? And it's kind of like, well, no, we have to reflect. Like, what's the best?
Yeah, it's a funny disconnect, right? I mean, like, here's the thing. You know, there's a good portion still of like folks in digital assets that they have a hard time discerning between hype and building a business or a project. And you guys clearly are building a business and a project. It's much more than that. It's a brand and a business. And you know, obviously, like, chart noise is just chart noise. You guys are moving ahead and just you know, getting feathers in the cap along the way, which I think is totally awesome. Papi, it's been awesome having you on. I want to be able to make sure that we play a little bit of our the Chooky tune. Ryan, can we get that on screen?
Yes. Yeah, let's get Chooky.
Yeah, let's play that. That's a great way to sort of like trail us off. Let's get it going.
Yeah. So this is the old version.
Oh, it's the old version?
Yeah, but yeah, it's sick.
They know that's right. Big spang that I'm talking now. All the way up like a rocket now. Big change cause it's popping now. Hit that green, get them started out. Soft life on the low key. Now we're living on Chooky. Soft life on the low key.
What a great beat.
Hey.
Said
On bust the tail.
Now we catching that vibe with
Look at the
Chooky.
dance. Like, everybody can do that dance.
Said
Move your hands up and down.
No
Like
one a hot
Macarena.
trend like Chooky.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Pop bottle, Papi aiming for the stars. This the thing when we be taking over Dodge. In the meme space, we be in charge.
Hey, let you in the sun.
She's a looker
Let
too,
the
though.
fucking
She
bar
is a
got the
looker.
board out the drink.
Oh, totally.
Hey, man, you down with the king. Chooky on the moon, BGM.
Oh, my favorite part. The celebration. This dog is
part of the song.
guys.
Soft life on the low
I'll tell you a story about
Now
like
we're
divine
living on
intervention after this.
Chooky.
I think it's
Soft
hilarious.
life on the low key. Now we're living on Chooky.
Hey, say Chooky. Now we catching that vibe with Chooky. Hey, say Chooky. No other hot trend like Chooky.
What's going down on the Chooky train? Everybody turn up. We gon' make it rain. Make it rain.
Life is good.
Yeah, like,
Life
dude,
is
this
good.
hits, dude. People like that. Like, this is good. This is real good.
Take it to the moon and we retire. Everybody down for the long time. Cause you know Papi got the right place.
Soft life on the low key. Now we're living on Chooky. Soft life on the low key. Now we're living on Chooky.
Hey,
Right, let's get that website up on there too. Let's get
Wow.
people. All right, you guys want to hear the rest of the song? You want to be able to know about Chooky Records? All right, ChookyRecords.com. All right, follow them on X. You guys definitely learned a lot today, and this was a lot more than I think you anticipated. All right. So for those that were like dancing around the whole music NFT nexus, well, this is a good way to do it right here, if you want my personal opinion. And I think what you guys are doing is awesome. I think your approach is awesome. I think your team is awesome. I think you guys have grit. You have vision. You're rolling up your sleeves. You're getting it done. Like, what more do you want? You guys just keep on doing what you're doing. Guys, see like good things ahead for Chooky. We're thrilled in the Ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 new community also to be working on this collab with the Sprotos and Busta Rhymes. We think that's obviously awesome, and we can't wait for that to come out too. So like over the next couple weeks for folks, start following Chooky if you don't already on X. We're going to be also promoting some of what you guys are doing with the American Crypto Academy, just because where music, culture, art meets NFTs is something that as an educational organization we need to keep an eye on. And make sure folks understand of all the different trends that are going on and different possibilities that can happen when blockchain meets media. So without further ado, Papi, thank you so much, but it's been awesome having you guys on.
No, thank you, Jahon, so much for the opportunity. Very nice to meet you as well. Is it Adam? Is it? Sorry, I missed your name.
Oh no, that's all
Um,
right. That we got Kenton and we've got
oh
Ivan
Ryan, sorry,
machines as well.
Ivan, Ryan. You know, you guys handle everything in the class, and like I knew that coming in, obviously from our experience and how you guys have helped us with this cross collaboration and like one of our best moments so far. And I know like we've been taught like I'm a crypto enthusiast at the end of the day, and like I know we've gotten the chance to like have this song stream crazy, and like it's been a roller coaster, man. I won't lie. Like I'm getting to live my dream every day of the week, and like that's a blessing for me. I wake up every day with a smile on my face, and when you enjoy going to work, it makes everything in your life much more meaningful. But yeah, through everything that we've done, I have to say like one of the proudest moments I've had is actually announcing that Bitcoin partnership and everything that's kind of gone on behind the scenes since. And like I watched you guys achieve so many great things, and I know for sure that like we're made of the same ilk. Like I don't see it going on. Maybe it's quite a run like you guys had, but like over time we'll contest. I do see us seeing our we'll get our flagship. We'll get our stars soon enough.
You
But
guys are doing
yeah, that was
everything that you need to do, Papi, and like we're thrilled to be working with you. And we want nothing but success, and we see some good things heading down your way as well. So you guys keep on rocking. We've got some great things lined up ahead. And I know you guys do as well. So we're excited to see it, and we're here to root you on.
sick.
We want it to be a success for you as well. So don't forget, folks, for those that don't know, we do these almost every other Tuesday, our AMAs, American Crypto Academy. We've had a bunch of different guests over the last several months, and the spaces only get better and better and better. Or the AMA only gets better as we go on. So thanks very much to my production team. Thanks very much to those watching at home. Thanks very much to our folks in the Ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 community, the American Crypto Academy followers. And thank you very much to the team at Chooky Papi. Thanks again. And we will catch you guys next time. Thanks very much, everyone. Have a great one.
Thanks for the time, guys.